Mom got sick. I got in a DUI. And I was drinking half a bottle of Johnny Walker at night so I could just go to sleep. He was gonna lose his house, but this could go horribly wrong.
So first thing I did was I started an online training charity business so that people would pay, but then I would donate the money. From there, I started my first gym.
I thought it was gonna be really cool, being like, yeah, I'm sleeping on the floor, I'm like hustling, because that's what I thought like sounded cool. It was incredibly lonely. I was in a state that I didn't know anyone, in a city that I didn't know anyone, in a warehouse. I lived there. My clients would do my laundry for me, and then I would shower at LA Fitness. I had $5,000 saved up. I had 1 or 2 months of rent's worth of money, and then I was out. That was it. And so I broke even on that. The next month we made 10 grand, the next month we made 15, then 20, then 20. It was like 5 grand a month, all the way up to like 35,000 a month. I started hiring people and bringing people in, and then by month like 9, it was all outsourced. And then I opened up a new location every 6 months after that.
From there, I had a mentor say that you're really good at running gyms. You shouldn't be owning more gyms. You should kind of teach other people how to run gyms.
The offer was pretty simple. I said I would fill your gym in 30 days for free. I'll spend my own money on the ads. I'll spend my own money on the hotels, the food, the everything. And the deal is I just get to keep the upfront cash that I collect, and then everything afterwards that's contract value, you get to keep. Mom got sick. Went to the hospital. I got in a DUI at 60 miles an hour on the highway. I had, I think literally like 9 or 10 businesses, I'll use quotes here. And I was spread so thin that I could barely allocate anything. And I was working every hour of the day, and I was drinking half a bottle of Johnny Walker at night so I could just go to sleep. The money that I had put into the business got taken after I sold all my gyms to go all in on this new thing because it was working. We shut the gym down. I got tons of refunds and things like that ended up happening afterwards. We had to do this launch to cover the refunds from the last gym that I had to shut down. And so we got the 100 grand from the first launch, was able to pay all of the refunds, and I was back at zero again.
I had done this big launch to kind of recoup money because that was how I knew how to make money. So I did a big launch, and we had like $100,000 that was supposed to come to us.
The deposit's supposed to hit, it doesn't.
So Christmas Eve, I get on the phone with the payment processor.
We're supposed to launch 6 gyms starting on the 26th, so 2 days later.
I was like, I'm not getting off the phone until you guys send me the money.
There's 100 grand that's sitting there, like I need that money.
Long story short, they were like, this is irregular, we're just gonna hold on to this money for 6 months.
I told Layla, everything that I had done, and I was like, I have $1,000 and I have a credit card that has a $100,000 limit. I was like, I will do this. I was like, but this could go horribly wrong. So you don't have to stay with me if you don't want to. And she said, I would sleep with you under a bridge if it came to that. She's like, we'll get through it. This was the moment for me that I knew I was gonna marry Layla. And so I put it on a credit card. I had 6 guys selling. So we're getting $7,000 a day in contracts that I cannot process. And the money's still coming out.
And so on the last day of the month, I finally got some processor to give me a $50,000 limit. If you're doing the math here, $3,300 a day does not add up to $50K. But the good news was I could process $50K a month, which meant that on the last day of January, I processed 50. On the first day of February, I processed 50. I got 2 more running. And so the 50 and 50 covered my $100,000 from the month before. We made like a little bit of profit that month. So I was like, okay, I think I'm in the clear, but wait, there's more. All these gyms that we're doing these launches for started telling the customers to refund and go through them instead at half the price.
There was just scrolls of negative transactions. And so then all of that money that I had made in profit the last month went back in, and we were at 150 negative. And I was like, how the fuck am I getting out of this? Because the thing is, the more I sold, the more I'd have to refund. Layla at this point, because she still has 1 foot out the door a little bit because she was like, I don't know about this guy. So this whole time she'd been living on like $3,000 a month that she was getting from her like online coaching business. I started running traffic to it, and we started doing $1,000 a day. And I was like, holy cow, this could work, right? And so we had 8 sales guys. And so I was like, okay, we can tell these guys they don't have to sell at gyms anymore. They can sell from home, they can see their wives, and we can do 8,000 a day. So we had 8 gyms that were supposed to launch the next month. So I called those guys up and I was like, hey, we're not doing it anymore. And the first guy tells me this long story about how he was gonna lose his house and that he had refinanced everything. He'd maxed out all of his cards, he'd quit his job, spent 2 years not making any money for the gym, and that he needed this.
Push came to shove, and I said, fine, I'll show you how I fill gyms up and how my whole system works. I was like, but I'm not flying out there to save your ass if you can't sell. And he said, no, it's fine.
And so he said, how much? And at the time I picked the highest number I could possibly think of because I thought I wanted him to say no so I could move on with my life. And so I said, $6,000. He's like, deal. And I was like, holy crap. And then I had 7 more guys that I was supposed to call, to tell them that I wasn't gonna do their launch the next month.
7 more calls that day and ended up doing $60,000 in a single day. Layla came back in from doing weight loss sales because that was gonna be the new business. And I was like, hey, I think we're still in the gym business. I think we're just doing it wrong.